Hello everyone, I'm D-Mind, the mind of one and all, and welcome back to another episode of Brilliant Shadows. So in the last episode, what happened in the last episode? We went sledding up a mountain, and which I don't think really proved anything for the story. And then we are trying to perform an experiment to get Elfnod and Belinda parents determine. I think we're trying to determine the range of the ritual, which I guess makes sense, alright? And now we're discussing about the Grey Mages and who Ash is possibly paired to. A lot of theories, like this story has a lot of theories, like maybe you're doing this, maybe that happened, maybe that happened. Alright, let's find out if that's the case. But without anything actual happening, like any fight occurring. Well, actually there was a fight, but that fight was weird between Hector and the Luciana. But yeah, so far the story is like that. Alright, well, let's see where the story goes from here. I'm more perceptive than people give me credit for, which isn't actually that hard, as I don't think I'm ever given any credit. Anyway, I don't really know what I want. Ash cocked her head for a moment. No, I lied. I still want to be with Prude. Me too. Ash's eyes grew wide. A knot of anger boiled in her stomach. I like her. I didn't really know who I would be paired with, or even if I would. Hector struggled with words, wrestling between his tongue and head, trying to find what to say. I like her. Alright, I feel like a lot of choices either to push him away or to, like, like to fight with him or to, sympathize with him. Let's sympathize with him. I mean, yes, you can remain suspicious all you want about Hector. He is creepy and acts kind of suspicious at times, but so long as he doesn't do anything wrong, we can just, play along. I mean, treat him normally until he decides to betray us, and if he ever betrays us and be like, haha, I'm evil, and then you're like, oh no, then, Ash shy. You and me both. The two sat in the dark of the library, silent until the candle began to burn low. I'm going to bed. I should probably do the same. Hector began to turn, when suddenly Ash was before him, dangerously close. Oh no, don't tell me romance between Hector and Ash. What's the... Try to find out what Prude sees in him. Give him a piece of your mind. What? These are completely... Why? Why do I need to give him a piece of my mind, or... Just walk away? Is that an option? Why? Why? Why is that? Ash leaned to him, her lips pursed, and for a moment she panicked, staggering back. Everything seemed to weigh suddenly on her shoulders. Her unknown pair. The sinking feeling that was ever present in her chest. Prude. Why? Why is either slap him or kiss him? Why? Why? What if I resent him? I don't even want to read it. Yeah, see, it's still the same. Why? This story is so weird. Why must I do this? Why is it either try to find a... Why is this an option? Why don't even that third option to just ignore it? It's either kiss him or slap him. Unless, yeah, why? Fine. Ash leaned into him and pressed her lips against his. The kiss with Prude had been soft, natural and giving. This was as hard and awkward as Hector himself. Ash broke away and stared at Hector. The man looked broken. What? Was all he could manage. Thanks, I just wanted to see something. I'm not friends with many boys. Oh. Yes, an experiment. Yes, completely understandable, yes. Hector blushed so red there was actually color to his pale face. Good night, Hector. Yes, good night. Yes. Ash laughed. I guess it wasn't so bad, but why? Never mind, I don't care anymore. The next day Ash woke up early. She donned the only pair of pants she owned. You only own one pair of pants? Wow. And a dress short enough to be mistaken for a skirt. Why did she own a dress like that anyway? Prude lightly gave it to her ages ago. Heading out of the dorm, she marched down the mountain stairs towards the Paladin's barracks. Not a soul crossed her path as she made her trek. Okay. Reaching the practice yard, she armed herself with a wooden sword from one of the many racks. Holding it forward, she gave a few sheepish swings, trying to judge its balance. Satisfied, she began to practice. It wasn't long after that, though, that the first of the Paladin trainees began to arrive. They looked at her with a mixture of confusion and bemused expressions. They left her alone, save for when she caught the occasional bout of laughter. She could only assume it was at her expense. It had been a very long time since she last held a blade. Ash? Ash stopped, wiping sweat from her brow. Hey, why are you out here? I want to learn to fight. Prude narrowed her eyes. You want to learn to fight? Why? I have my reasons. Necromancers don't fight. Well, you can summon golems to fight, or something, reanimate something to fight for you. I fight. Ash hadn't seen him approach. If there were any lingering feelings over their encounter from yesterday, he failed to show them. Okay, fine. Well, most necromancers don't fight. Hello, Ash. Ash felt whatever emotion had compelled her to come here this morning drain away. I didn't realize that you train here. Where else would I go to fight? That makes sense. It's why I'm here. I was thinking of trying to. I'm not sure. Become stronger? That's good. I was worried that you were coming here for me. After that incident yesterday. Incident? Yes, Ash kissed me. Wow. And Ash, you're not just gonna... What? Prude's gaze was upon Ash like the eyes of an angry god. Look, I can't believe you. I like him. You... And after what happened between... Oh... Prude seemed lost for words. As much as she didn't like to live up to her namesake, cursing had never been a particular skill of hers. This is why I said, why do we need to kiss her? And with slapping, it would just make our relationship with Hector go bad. Just why do we need to kiss him? We're not even... blah. Instead of searching for words, Prude found a practice sword instead. You want to learn to fight? Let's fight. Alright, and suddenly we're fighting. The pacing of this visual novel is so weird. The sword came down like a hammer across Ash's guard. She had to hold her sword by both the blade and her hook back to strike. Ash gasped at her as her ears rang. Prude was casting and huntsman magic. It wasn't her specialty, but it was overkill against an already weaker Ash. Wait, Prude, let me explain. Another barely blocked blow sent Ash to a knee. I don't believe this is necessary. The kiss was part of an experiment, one in which I participated willingly. An experiment? Ash, she wanted to know if she liked boys. She has no interest in me particularly. It was an attempt on her part to determine if there was any physical reaction from Matt. As you might imagine, there was not. Had I known how much it would affect you, I would not have suggested my participation. Somehow I thought the fact that we both liked you would cancel out the normal romanticism of the kiss. You like me? That's the one piece of information you got from that. But of course, you're my pet. Oh. The pacing is so weird. Suddenly we were fighting and then suddenly just ended like that. Prudence seemed somewhat inflated, but at least she was no longer attacking. Ash had to shake out her hands, which felt oddly itchy. Ash, I see you seem to be trying to learn how to use a sword. A blade is a fine choice of weapon, but you will want something smaller. Necromantic abilities require more manual dexterity than paladins, and you will want to keep one hand free. Hector took Ash's sword by the blade and handed her a shorter, thinner blade. Perhaps rapier, but rapiers are long. It doesn't have to, but it is thinner. So it's just a short sword, I guess. Or a dagger. Now the first thing you need to do is assume a better stance. And square your shoulders. Also control your swings better. Accuracy will always trump force. Unless your weapon is big enough that it's more of an area attack than a strike. Whatever anger had been there before seemed to have melted as they instructed. Both Prudence raged at her and Ash's own resentment for Hector. They continued to point and prod, guiding her through the polish of skills long left to rust. Exactly, but that's not something you have to worry about unless you are slinging spells. You should definitely practice casting spells while swinging. The two were like clockwork, perfectly complementary. God, you two are perfect for each other, aren't you? Ash blushed. Hector did not react at all, not even to acknowledge the words, a behavior that in and of itself was out of character. And Elfnut Jelly showed up. I did not know we were going to continue our training here. Oh no, we are doing combat training, nothing ritual. It is going to become a normal thing. I was told that only paladins need to know how to learn that frontline combat. No, just my friends, apparently. That will explain why Miss Belinda is not here. Belinda doesn't like me? I suspect she doesn't like anyone. Here, Elfnut, you spar with Ash. Me and Hector will give pointers. Oh. Should I really be sparring already? Don't be afraid, I'm a terrible fighter. From your size, I wouldn't... I mean... Even if you lack technique, you still have the strength, at the very least, compared to... Ash's physique. With that, he made a wide arcing swing. Ash caught the blow with surprising ease and rebuffed it. She's better than I expected. She used to train with me, you know. Why did she stop? She needed to spend more time on her own training. I can hear you talking about me and it's very distracting. Elfnut swung again, and Ash caught the blow once more, guiding the strike down her blade and away from her. Veronica, stop cussing. Don't call me that. Elfnut swung a few more times in quick succession. Ash saw the sweat on his forehead bead as she more casually knocked away his blows. Before she consciously realized what she was doing, she felt a voiding knot of black energy in her right hand. Knocking aside another blow, she stepped in and with as much force as she could muster, buried her fist into the paladin's stomach. A gasp of rose from Prude and Hector... A gasp of rose from Prude and Hector as the older man stumbled back. A moment later, he fell to a knee. That's a hell of a curse. That's a hell of a curse. I can't do his voice trying to sound angry or surprised. Sorry, are you okay? Elfnut nodded slowly, glowed for a moment, and then stood up panting. You know, I don't even have any desire to be a warrior. Don't even care if I don't get paired. I want to learn to heal. You can't heal without being paired. Not enough power. Just like necromancers can't reanimate. Oh, I see. I don't need to do it magically. White magic can supplement natural healing through enhancement, and it will make me an excellent doctor. Yeah, Elfnut is a noble soul. Ash turned to face the other necromancer, a thought crossing her mind. She raised her blade to Hector. Well, I took one opponent easily enough. While I don't think I could take Prude, I do believe I can take another necromancer. Prude made a face Ash couldn't quite interpret, and Hector laughed, drawing his own practice blade from the rack. It will be my pleasure to give you the honor of a fight, Ash. Ash raised her blade as Hector gave some manner of salute. He may have trained, but he could not be as skilled as a fully trained paladin. He likely had as much experience as her. I would say maybe more. I mean, remember when he was riding the horse, he just ran outpaced the horse? Yeah. He might have a lot more strength and physique. He was more muscular, true, but she could deal with that. She just had to use her reach to her advantage. Ash blinked and Hector was upon her. His massive frame cleared the gap between them, and he bore down with both hands wrapped tight around the grip of his enormous sword. Ash dodged and turned to see the sword sheath to the hilt in the mud. Hector free of it. He was still atop of her, both hands glowing. A flare of black and green struck her, one in the stomach and one in the chest. She reeled. Light and shadows, Hat, what's your problem? Elfnut stood above Ash, swimming in and out of focus. You're a brave one to challenge Mr. Warlock. What? I can't believe you didn't know. No one but the instructors have ever beaten Hat. Why didn't anyone warn me? More importantly, why didn't you hold back? I'm sorry. Ash winced as she gasped for air. I think you broke some of my ribs. What? That's not... Or maybe she's just exaggerating. I'm sorry, I thought you would be insulted if I held back in a formal challenge. Veronica? Hector? What is going on here? Fighting? Hector answered candidly, his smile gone, replaced by the narrow eyes and scowl he adopted whenever one of the hits arrived. Hector, we've already spoken about you being here, but bringing your new girlfriend is entirely unacceptable. Ash and I have no such relation. I think you might be right about the ribs. What? I've not said as he was slowly checking her chest, an action that would have been discomforting it with somewhere else. Zakaria sighed and leaned over Ash. A flash of light and the pain was gone. Oh wow. Yes, Zakaria specializes in enhancement and healing. We've had the conversation. She's actually relatively good at healing. Did you just compliment me? You're not completely terrible, ma'am. That's not really a compliment. You're not completely terrible. You're not completely terrible. I'm so shocked that the little chalk mark is insulting me that I'm not even mad. Wait. Zakaria's eyes fell down to Ash. You, if you're going to learn to fight, do so when you are not going to distract my other trainees. For the first time, Ash realized that others had gathered to watch her fight with Hector. She wondered if the brief duration had been a disappointment. Get back to training unless you want to fight me too. The students scamper away wide-eyed. Hector's eyes turned to Zakaria and poison burnt the air between them. You're welcome to fight me too, Zakaria. The words dripped with venom. There's the warlock we all know and revile. Finish your drills and get out of my barracks, sucker. As you command. Hector gave an exaggerated, even mocking bow. Alfnor gave a more sincere bow to the girls before he returned to spar with the other paladins. Hector stood in silence, his eyes following the head as she departed. What is the deal with Hector and the heads? I know, it's scary though. He goes from being a puppy to a rabid blood hound as soon as they show up. Eventually, Hector lost interest in the heads, retreating back and without a word, tore his blade out of the muck and began performing his sword drills. Prudence gave Ash a reassuring smile and the two began to walk her through some of the more basic sword drills. As they practiced, Ash could not help glancing over at Hector every once in a while. The training passed without incident, but as Ash returned to her room to shower and dress, she could then shake the feeling that something was wrong. Grey mage or not, there was something off about Hector. Even now, she could see that venom in his eyes, and it terrified her. Yeah, that's what I was suspicious of. Like, why suddenly he have these like evil spite in his eyes? Maybe he just hit the head so much they have some kind of history together, but you know, really. Exiting from a changing room after a shower, Ash found Prude sitting on her bed, playing with one of her semi-wild cats that roam the Wild Mountain. Oh, I didn't expect you to be here. I wanted to talk. A chill ran down Ash's spine, then a flash of anger. This was getting ridiculous. She couldn't go on an hour without getting ominous chills. You okay? It's fine, it's nothing. What do you want to talk about? Prudence took in a deep breath. You like Hector, I know. I don't. I like him, that is. I don't like him, that is. I don't really know how I feel about him though. I don't trust him, but I can't say much more. Why did you kiss him then? Ash shrugged. What? You can't just shrug. Would you rather I lie? Prude seemed to think for a moment. Maybe. She sighed. Fine, just don't do it again. Next time you might try we could be together. Wait. Please don't do it. Next time you might try we could be together. Huh. Prudence. Oh, this is important. If you're using my actual name. Please don't. Not yet. There's something about Hector I just can't trust. Don't worry, I'll be careful. Prudence got up carrying the cat. I'll see you at breakfast. She gave Ash a smile and Ash returned it. Ash watched her go. She stood there, still trying to find something to ease her worries. With her mind a turbulent storm of thoughts, she couldn't quite manage to find an appetite and instead pulled out her notes. She would work on her research, or at least she would work on it until she felt better. She prayed that she would feel better. And the voice died. Cool. 2 months later. Wow. What a time skip. Alright. Alright, yeah, I guess you don't want to go through 2 months because you're into the winter for their training and the ritual. The tendril slowly uncurled, the brown washing away, fading to a violent green. Then the leaf began to uncurl, its dry brown surface began to wash with emerald that then seemed to stain, ebbing to pure black. What the heck is with this description? The plant stood as erect and tall as it had in life. Oh, you're reanimating plants. The regret she had for letting it die several months ago began to fade. I can't believe it worked. Ash scrawled wildly into her notes as she spoke the same words aloud. and it works in the exact same manner as reanimation. She stared at the phoenix mark on her hand, meaning that somewhere out there, my pair is supplementing my power. If they were only a bit closer, I could reanimate something larger. A tree, perhaps. That's rather amazing. It looks much healthier than anything else I've seen reanimated. Alfnut stroked one of the leaves and cocking an eyebrow. Yes, that's odd. You're sure it's not like a golem? No, you see, golems are completely different. They are not restored to any semblance of life. They are more like puppets. I thought you were going to do the same with the plants. That's the whole idea of reanimation. You just move them like puppets. Yes, there's bodies underneath the armor or clay forms you often see them in, but that's because you can't even turn false life into false bodies. There's just something about organic matter that lets it hold onto that spark. Oh, could you make a tree golem? I know, I'm not actually a specialist in golems. The only one I've ever made was during my trials. You know, I could have used your help with the plants I kept in my room on the island. They're all dead too. Well, I'm not even sure of the practical use of this spell yet. Are these plants, for example, safe to eat? Will they eventually die again like most reanimations? Or can undead plants persist because they are not constrained to such a delicately balanced body structure and system as what we typically reanimate? Are you asking me? No, I understand you're still learning even the basics of paladin magic. I've actually already advanced a class, passed my trials so easily that my instructor is preparing the next set. Hector has been an excellent tutor. Yes, I hear he's quite skilled. Ash rolled her eyes. I had thought you were avoiding them because of your feelings, but if I had known the advances you had been making on your research, I'm sorry for assuming the worst. This is amazing. Looking out for the plant, Alfnut gave a hopeful look. Can I keep one? Oh yeah, sure, please do. Thank you. He lifted the black leaf plant and held it up, reverently as he examined it. Do you want to get breakfast? It's breakfast time? Why, to not know better, I would say you were spending too much time with Hector. Yes, well, hopefully he's not still skipping sleep researching my mark. No, that enthusiasm seems to be spent on his time with us. How are you and Belinda getting along? She's a good girl. Belinda? This is the same Belinda, right? She is. She's got a thick and spiky shell, but underneath it she's just a girl who didn't ever expect to be here, let alone be here for as long as she has. She's actually quite sweet. Wait, she's actually quite sweet. Now I'm convinced Hector found a way to manipulate people's minds. Alfnut laughed. No, I think that a few months spent with each other is enough to help you recognize the good parts of others, and to have them grow on you. Alfnut gestured with the plant as he smiled. Speaking of spending time, how much more time will Heck need you? Later today is our last session, actually. Ash raised her eyebrows. The coincidences will never cease, eh? Do you want to attend the ritual? There's a lot of people who have heard about it. Even a few graduates have returned to the mountain to attend. Yes, actually. I'd like to actually see what you have been working on. You should bring one of your plants, Mr. Warlock. Mr. Warlock will light like a pyre. Oh, I see. Light like a pyre? Yeah, I guess he's amazed by your research. It means to get excited, which is used to have rituals where the very skilled among us would be burnt on a pyre. What? What? There were components to protect them from the flames. Oh, okay. I thought you literally burned them alive. I don't really know how it worked. I wasn't much of a witch, if you remember. That sounded terribly useful. Immunity to flames? I don't even know if it was those particular flames or flames in general. Might have been an illusion. No one did the ritual while I was there. Ash felt her stomach rumble. I think I need to get some food. I'll go with you, bring a plant. I'm heading to training right after. Sure. Ash chose the pot in which nestled a tiny black bush with a rose as dark as ink. Let's go. The two wove through the catacombs of the mountain and found their way to the kitchen. Outside, spread across the tables that served as the dining room, the few remaining morning stragglers finished their meals. At one, Ash found Belinda sitting across from Hector and Prue. We actually see a black man with an afro. Wow. Alright, cool. Ash grabbed a bowl of the stew proffered by the tall and thin cook, who stood behind the counter, he gave her a wide grin and a second helping. I didn't see you here yesterday. You can't skip meals. Ah, thanks. Knowing that this person was worrying about her made her feel oddly content. She joined the group a moment later. Hey gang. She might as well try to play nice, she missed Prudence. We are a gang now? I wasn't aware we were participating in illegal activities. The comment garnered a laugh from the group and Prude lay her head on Hector's shoulder. I honestly don't know if you're joking or asking, and somehow that makes it funnier. The only thing criminal is the amount of studying I've done over my winter break. I assure you there is no legal limit to studying, else I would have found it. Belinda groaned, but her face brightened when Elfnod arrived behind Ash. Mind if we join you? Please, have a seat. Where have you been? I swear I haven't seen you in what must have been months. I kind of got caught up in my research. Is that why you have that rose? Hector's eyes widened. Did you figure it out? Can I see it? Ash offered the small pot, and Hector took it with the care one might handle the most fragile glass. Oh my. Hector went silent as he buckled over the plant. Well, I hope you didn't need to talk to him. He's going to be silent for the next half an hour, just looking at it. Prude gave the plant a glance herself. Reanimation? Yeah. I thought you had to have your pair to perform your reanimation. There haven't been many tests to determine range at which your parent can share magic. I estimate that the upper limit is outside of any reasonable test range. Oh, he's actually paying attention. I know better than to ever completely ignore you. Aw, that's sweet. Ash was surprised how little it bothered her to see Prude kiss Hector on the cheek. Time is the greatest of healers. What was that? Nothing. Looking across the table, she found surprise elsewhere, catching Belinda lay moon eyes on Elfnod. That couldn't end well. So what was the trick? Trick? I mean, how did you do it? I'm still a little bit shocked he's actually talking. That wasn't a trick. I had to completely develop a new spell type. Would you be willing to teach it to me? I might as well learn it too, if you're offering. I think I want to do some more research before I start sharing the spell. Ash braced himself, expecting Hector to refuse such a flimsy excuse. Instead, he nodded. I understand. Just tell me if you need help. Sure, thanks. So, Elfie, are you ready for the ritual? Wait. No, wait. That wasn't Elfnod. Yeah, that was Belinda. I don't know why I say that as Elfnod. So, Elfie, are you ready for the ritual? Yes, of course. What's so special about your session today? Elfnod said something about performing a ritual. That's because we are. We're going to be performing the pairing ritual. I thought you knew this, that's why he was saying the ritual, that's why I'm like, oh yeah, the ritual, and I'm like, I got it, and then I was like, cool, and you're like, what ritual? You've forgotten about it? Ash's eyes grew wide. Don't worry, they've actually done it twice before, and while they weren't well trained enough to complete it successfully, they were not compatible. I imagine the hits would attempt to stop me were they to think I would be creating pairs outside the yearly ritual. Hector Warlock, what did I tell you about the hits? Hector turned from the plant and blushed. Treat my elders with more respect. Yes, now stop acting like you intend to overthrow the orders. Yes, no, you're right, I'm sorry. Prude gave Ash a wink. Apparently she had tamed the savage beast. Not that I couldn't if I wanted to. Hector screamed to the hall in general. Mostly tame at least. Ash finished her stew and let out a sigh. She hadn't been eating properly, and the extra serving had helped. The cooks were disturbingly observant sometimes. I think because of my choices, everyone is like on good terms. For a moment she wondered, wait, did I skip text? Yeah, no I did not. For a moment she wondered if there was a magic to cooking and if perhaps the head cook mistress, Gaistan, was some sort of head herself. Ash dismissed the idea and watched as Hector finish his third bowl. Looks like everyone is here. Should we head straight to the garden? Can I keep the flower? Sure. I will call it George. Such an elegant name for a flower. You don't need to name plants, heck. George! Mostly tame. I shouldn't need to tell you what to do. Begin. Why is Hector beginning to sound like Elfnod? I shouldn't need to tell you what to do. Begin. Belinda took in a deep breath, and for a moment the garden hung in silence. Even after being told what having been told, Ash was surprised to see she wasn't the only spectator. Yeah, it seems like there are multiple people, but we'll see how this ritual turns out in the next episode. So, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at DMindGaming if you have enjoyed. And I hope to see you again in the next episode.